Hello everyone. Today I have another story for you all, and the title of the story is The Real Treasure Lies in the Unseen. There was once a young mother who gave birth to a beautiful son. After the delivery got over and she came to bed, she wanted to see her baby. So she asked the nurse whether she can see her baby. The baby was brought, and the young mother cuddled the little soft bundle in her arms. And as she moved the fold of the cloth, she looked upon the tiny face and she gaped. The doctor quickly turned and looked out of the tall hospital window. The reason why the mother gaped in surprise and the doctor looked out of the window was that the baby had been born without the outer ears. As time rolled by, time proved that the baby's hearing was perfect. The only thing that was not there was the ears were not visible, and that marred his appearance. One day the boy came home and he just rushed home from school and flung himself into his mother's arms, and she sighed after knowing that her child's life was to be a succession of heartbreaks. The boy blurted out the tragedy. He said, "Mama, a boy, a big boy, he called me a freak." His mother continued to support him, gave him advices, and he grew up to be a handsome young boy, fortune of the appearance of no years. And yet, he was a favorite among his fellow students. He was a talented boy and he was also elected as the class president. In college, he developed a gift, a talent for literature and music. The boy's father had a session with the family physician regarding the artificial ears. He was wanting to ask the doctor, could nothing be done? "I believe I could graft on a pair of outer ears if they could be procured," the doctor decided. So now his parents started to search for a donor who could donate his ears. 2 years went by. One day, the father said to the boy, "Son, you are going to the hospital. Someone has donated their for you." The son wanted to know who was the donor, but the father said, "Well, that's a secret." The operation was a brilliant success, and a new person emerged, more handsome, more dashing. His talents blossomed into genius, and school and college became a series of triumphs. Later, he got married and entered the life of a married man. Then, one day before leaving for his office, he urged his father, "But I must know, Dad, who the donor was. Why don't you tell me? I need to know who gave so much for me. I could never do enough for him, for the person who donated his ear for me." The father said to him that, "I do not believe you could, so leave it." And the agreement was that you are not to know, not yet, still not. The years kept their profound secret, but the day had to come, and it did. One of the darkest days that a son must endure. He stood with his father over his mother's casket and was looking at the mother as she lay there motionless, never to speak again. At that moment, the father very slowly, very tenderly stretched forth a hand and tried to raise the thick lock of the reddish brown hair of his wife, to reveal to his son that the mother had no outer ears and she was the silent, secret donor of his ears. The father very silently whispered in a gentle manner that, "Son, this was the reason why your mother was glad that she never let her hair be cut, nor did she ever tie it to a different hairstyle. And nobody ever thought that mother was less beautiful, did they? The real beauty lies not in the physical appearance, but in the heart." This then is where we had started the story from, that the real treasure lies not in what you see, but in what cannot be seen. That is what is the real treasure. And that is how life has to be. Whenever you are trying to do some kind of a charity, remember that charity should be in silence. Whatever good you do should always be in silence, not to make a big show out of it, not to go telling 10 people about it, and those 10 are prompted and made to tell the other 10. Not like this. It has to come out and keep everyone spellbound. That is what it is. The silent giver is always the best donor. That is what God always keeps doing for us. Whenever we are doing something wrong, whenever we are moving astray from God, then silently God gives a small little jolt, a silent jhatka, as we say. And soon the first word that you utter is, "Oh my God." And you remember God, because you know that He will never fail you. He will protect you, He will guide you, He will save you. Continue with your prayers and belief. Do your secret donations. Donations are not always in terms of money, but in other gestures. God bless you. Stay blessed.